Honestly, it's pretty unbelievable that the Green Bay Packers continue to find out new, excruciating ways to lose football games. And in week 16, it is no different as they drop 22-16 to the Chicago Bears in Soldier Field, basically with the division on the line. And don't let that score fool you, ladies and gentlemen. You were up 10 points with 2.5 minutes left in this ball game. Gosh, it's going to be a fun show today. So happy that you guys are with us. Obviously, the first thing we do have to address is the injury news. Jordan Love exited the game in the second quarter with a concussion, went to the blue tent, then to the locker room, was listed as questionable, and then after halftime, it came out that he would not be returning for the rest of this football game. John Fitzpatrick was carted off the field with an Achilles injury, and I'll tell you this, it does not look good for him. But we got to talk about Jordan Love. He took a massive, massive shot to the head. And I do think that Matt LaFleur called an awesome game, and Malik Willis played phenomenally when he came in as the backup. But still, I think we all know Jordan Love gives you the best shot to win games in the National Football League, and that will be something we'll be monitoring throughout the rest of this week. Matt LaFleur really did not say anything about it in his post-game press conference, but I do expect some news and new things to come out over the next couple of days, and we'll be monitoring that as we look ahead to Week 17 against the Baltimore Ravens. I hate the Chicago Bears. Do you hate the Chicago Bears? If you do, hit that thumbs up button, like today's video. I need to know if you're with me because, oh my goodness, I thought I hated them before today, and it might be even more after. My takeaways, speechless. I'm just absolutely speechless. Like, this team just feels like a dumpster fire. They just feel like they are the only ones getting in their own way of winning these football games. They're the only ones. And I don't want to hear anything down below of Joey. We didn't have Micah Parsons. We didn't have Jordan Love. We didn't have this, that, and the other. Josh Jacobs basically for the second half. Guys, I don't care. I don't care. You were in a spot to win this football game. 2.5 minutes left. You're up 10. All you got to do is catch an onside kick, get a first down, and you sneak into Soldier Field, pretty much take the division away with a backup quarterback and the best edge rusher in the National Football League not on the field. You held them to 9 points for the first 58 minutes of this football game, 59 minutes of this football game. Just dominated it, man. You dominated it. So, no, I get it. You didn't have Jordan Love. You didn't have Micah Parsons. You still should have won that football game. Your job is to win the football game with the players you have on the football field. And those players did not make plays late tonight. Man, we talk about that all the time. Make the play late. Every single preview. That's what we say. There's a reason. It's in every single one. Because these games come down to that. I literally said in the buildup, you don't believe me? Go back and watch our tailgate. I go over my 5 keys to victory. I literally said in the tailgate portion, you could throw away the first 45 minutes of this ball game because you knew it was going to come down to the end. You could have thrown away the first 57 minutes of the ball game. It didn't matter. When you needed to make a play in the biggest moments, you couldn't. Keyshawn Nixon, you couldn't. Romeo Doubs, you couldn't. Jordan Love's not changing that. Micah Parsons' ACL is not helping Romeo Doubs catch that ball. I don't want my frustration, though, to make it seem like I'm not proud of the backups tonight, because I really am. Malik Willis came in, just absolutely balled out. Gosh, he's so fun to watch with his legs. Like, he reminds me of Johnny Manziel. Like, I feel like I'm 12 years old watching Johnny football play again. 9 for 11 throwing the ball. Like, what more could you have asked for with Malik Willis? And I get it. There's a lot of frustration with him. He botched that snap in the end, and ultimately that's another reason you lost that game in overtime. But the fact that you were even there is because of him, right? Manuel Wilson, phenomenal. 6 yards a carry, 14 carries, 82 yards. You didn't see Josh Jacobs much after that fumbled play inside the 5-yard line. In fact, I think he only played like 2 more snaps or got 2 more carries. It was Malik Willis' ball game. And Emmanuel Wilson's. It was Willis or Wilson pretty much for the entirety of the second half, the entirety of the fourth quarter, and it was working. Until it didn't on that 4th and 1 in overtime. Unfortunately. But I thought they were still great. Still proud of those guys. They came in really hard spot. And Matt LaFleur called a great game, man. He called a great game. He really did. What's your one-word reaction to Green Bay, Chicago? I think mine's speechless, frustrating, dumpster fire, one word. Number 3. I guess I forgot this was on my takeaways already. I went on a whole rant already in takeaway number 1 when I forgot it was coming up in number 3. But, man, that's what it came down to. And Romeo Doubs even admitted it in the postgame. He got asked about it, and he said it's 100% on him, and I don't disagree. It is 100% on him. It really is. Now, like, you could look at the red zone offense. It was really bad in the beginning of this game. Really bad. They had gold go 3 different times. They came away with 3 points. They were in the red zone 4 different times. They came away with 6. So, you can look at that for sure. Fumble from Josh Jacobs was bad. Man, this defense held the Chicago Bears under 10 points through the first 58 minutes of the game. 2 minutes left. All you had to do was catch an onside kick that had a great bounce to you. If you're watching this video without watching the game, go back and watch that. It was a perfect bounce. And he couldn't make it. Romeo, I am thankful for the good parts of you over the past 4 years, but I think we can all agree it's time for Romeo, the Green Bay Packers, to part ways. You should not part ways with our friends at Underdog. In fact, you should come together with them, right? Right now, they've got a really cool deal going on because it's Christmas time, right? It's called Underdog Unwrapped. You'll unwrap tons of promos all throughout the holidays. They got boosts, gimme picks, deal reveals, and even some surprises sprinkled in. Now's the best time to get in the game. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. Get your picks right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. My Underdog lineup is a little bit like the title of today's video, Dumpster Fire. I had the yes on Josh Jacobs for the first touchdown scorer. It was not Josh Jacobs. It was Romeo Doubs. I had the lower on DeAndre Swift, 1.5 receptions. He got 2, and one of those came on like one of the very last plays. I had the higher on Jordan Love, 1.5 passing touchdowns, and he got injured and didn't come back. So, not a great lineup. But that's okay, because I'll be right back again. Because if you do make picks and you make them right, you win money. Download the app today and use promo code PackersReport. Score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That is promo code PackersReport. Underdog. Make picks. Win money. Must be 18 or older, 19 or older in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or older in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia. And present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/playing-good-terms_DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. You got to win out to win the NFC North. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You cannot lose another game. You gave yourself zero room for error. And like for the first time ever this entire season, if you want to win the North, your destiny's not in your hands. You need other teams to lose for you. You've had your destiny in your hands. Destiny was in your hands with 2 minutes left in that football game, right? But you need to win out, and you need the Chicago Bears to lose out. Then you would win. But some other teams have to do your winning for you. Those 2 teams, San Francisco and Detroit. Now, I will say, that's not a bad final 2 teams to bank on to beat the Bears. San Francisco's a great football team. Detroit's a great football team. Okay? That's doable. It's possible. But I don't like the fact that you don't control it anymore. You don't. For the first time this year. And this one might be hot, my final one. Ready? Buckle in. I don't want to hear fire Bisaccia. I don't. Now, do I think this team needs to move on from Bisaccia? Yes, I do. I really do. I think they need to fire him. But that was just a loser play from Romeo Dobbs. That was not Rich Bisaccia's fault. Like, Rich Bisaccia doesn't teach his guys on onside kick return, on hands team, to drop the football. I saw an analogy on Twitter, and I wish I remember who it was so I could credit them, but I will say this was not my own analogy. But he said, blaming Rich Bisaccia for Romeo Dobbs muffing that onside kick recovery is like blaming the President of the United States when a restaurant gets your order wrong. That was just a loser play from Romeo Dobbs. Plain and simple. So if you say fire Bisaccia, you better back it up with, he just hasn't been great this whole season. Special teams is incredibly inconsistent. But if your reasoning for firing Rich Bisaccia is the botched onside kick, I don't agree with you there. Grade the Packers' performance against Chicago, A, B, C, D, or F down below in the comments section. First 58 minutes, A minus. Last however many, F. Bad. That's going to do it. We're going to get out of here. Subscribe. Thank you for everybody who joined us live tonight. It was an absolute blast, even though you lost. We'll be live again Saturday night. Hope to see you then. Have a great rest of your Saturday night. Great stress-free Sunday morning. And we'll see you next time.